Right, let's move on to the Ryanair. It's an absolutely cracking race. You guys, let's start with you, Patrick, because Andesau, what a servant he is. He's still just kicking it out of the park as well, isn't he? But 2.5 miles. This, he did it so well here last year. This is his gig now, isn't it? It's been such an exciting 2-miler previously.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's a fabulous horse to watch. He's probably the most exciting horse to watch because he has such enthusiasm. I mean, every morning on the gallop, Virginie Basco, who rides him, every morning he comes out, and sometimes the older horses get a bit tired or a bit, the same routine. He comes out and he just wants to go. He loves the game, and he understands the game. The 2 times the Sprinter Sacre beat him, he got back up to be second. He should have been third twice, and he understands the game, a bit like Hurricane Fly and Kivega. And he's been such an iron horse. He's danced every dance. He's gone to England, Ireland, France, and he just keeps doing it. What he did last year was extraordinary, to run away with Ruby in the middle of the race, and some of the leaps he put in.
It reminds you of the old Andesau. We were told, oh no, he's going to be behaved now. But remember the first Tingle Creek, he came down. But the jumps he put in that day, it was like that last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had, and he's not a big horse, but he loves attacking his fences. He's what you want a steeplechaser to be, and I don't think he's gone backwards in any way. His 2 wins this year were very good. And if there's a little more cut in the ground, all the better. So I think he's been to the Cheltenham Festival 3 times. He's won an Arkle, he's won a Ryanair, and he got beaten by Sprinter Sacre. And yet he's never really been forgiven for getting beaten by Sprinter Sacre. He's never had the hype that Duvan or Vautour or Faugheen had for some reason. And yet he's achieved so much. And I really hope that he can, and I think he will, double his Ryanair chase score.
Good stuff. What's the betting in this, Nicola?
Yeah, Andesau, listen, has had a great campaign. He's 2-1 favourite. After that, you've got Waiting Patiently at 7-2. Duvan at 4-1. Obviously, we're going to go there. Q Card 7-1, which I think is going to be quite interesting. Actually, do you think this was the right decision, guys?
What would you be?
Is
Waiting Patiently going to run? Do you think?
Well, no, I doubt Waiting Patiently run. It'd have to be very soft ground. Even then, they're talking about they might miss it anyway. Q Card, I love Q Card, one of my favourite horses. I have to back him whenever he runs. I can't see him winning it. Last time at 12, I won a Grade 1 race at the festival was like 1973 or something. So as much as I'd love to see it happen, it's the right race to go in though. You shouldn't be going in the Gold Cup. It is actually, in a race that Gold Cup's going to have a massive field as well.
He's always going to be a bad result for us. Q Card's always backed wherever he goes as well.
Has to be. I mean, it's funny. So you have horses that you love, don't you? And then sometimes as a punter, you get on the wrong side of a horse and you stay on the wrong side of it all the time. And I've been like that with Andesau through, I wouldn't say throughout my life, but throughout his life. I've been trying to get him, I've been trying to get him beat without, and I should love him more than I do, but I'll try and get him beat again. Last year's Ryanair, the one thing to say about it is the horses behind it are 1 from 22 since. It just, whether it fell apart or what. He only, I think Balco de Flo is a better horse than Sub Lieutenant, who was beaten 11 3/4 last year. And I think that, his run against Road to Respect was really good. He took to Cheltenham really, really well in the JLT last year. He was hammering along in front and then unfortunately fell 4 out, but he'd been backed at tidy odds. He's the one I'll take him on with. More of hope than confidence, and I will give him a grudging clap if he wins again. Understand?
There you go. Make sure you call him up for his grudging clap, Patrick, if you see him. Do you have a question, by the way, from Les Taylor? Can anyone make an excuse for Top Notch at Ascot? Surely he has a chance in the Ryanair.
It can't have been his form because he looked really good at Ascot at the time before. Yeah. I don't know what the excuse was. But he's been very consistent before, and he's run really well at the Cheltenham Festival before. So you can certainly see him coming back. I wonder whether he's just quite top notch.
Touché. Look, Gavin really enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that.
He didn't get to use his Sharjah joke earlier in the Supreme. I was really disappointed. Go on, who wins the Ryanair, Gav?
I'd be a huge fan of Andesau. I think he doesn't get the credit, as Patrick said, that maybe he should get. He's 18 from 24, which is some record, and the 6 defeats are totally explainable. Fell, beaten out over 2 miles on good ground 3 times, didn't stay 3 mile 1 in France in the French champion hurdle. So he's just a fantastic horse. Fair enough, he only beat Sub Lieutenant last year. But as Patrick said, he more or less ran away with Ruby, which doesn't happen very often. He is 10, which is a slight negative. It's a huge pity we don't get to see Waiting Patiently, because to me he's the horse that could take him on. I think Balco de Flo, Henry de Bromhead said yesterday that good ground is what he needs, so maybe he'll get that. Q Card, fantastic.
He's clutching at straws, though. I mean, you're saying Balca de Flo is going to give him a race.
Yeah, no, I think Undersow will win. I think 2-1 is very fair. He drifted last year a couple of days before, and then at the very death, he went off 7-4. There was a lot of money from late on, so the same might happen again.
Richie, is Undersow somewhat underappreciated for you?
Yeah, it's incredible, really, when you look at how his popularity rating, if you were to call it that, compared to Q Card, say, you know, what he's done is unbelievable. And I'd echo Patrick's point. Made it for me in the champion chase when he battled back that day to finish second in the Sprinter Circuit. We saw him in a whole new light that day. Great horse. I can't see him being beaten here. I actually think 2-1 is a huge price. Having said that, it would be great to see Waiting Patiently running it, because it would make for a great spectacle. You'd have Undersow out there on his head from the get-go and waiting patiently, if you like. And it could make a great race, but obviously it's kind of looking like it might not happen. But Undersow 2-1, I mean, if you think he's going to get bigger again, like, I mean, it's why, you know, on what basis, in terms of form, would he be?
The one thing about Undersow, with all the wins to his names, well, I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
He's okay. He's in the point as well.
He doesn't have that huge figure that a lot of other horses have.
No, but he keeps doing it,
though. On race pace ratings, I think his best is 174. On, you know, with Q Card's actually got 8 performances on race pace ratings that are better than that. You know,
this fellow wins a lot, though, which is...
Oh, God, yeah,
The point about last year's race, it's funny, one of our lads was looking at it recently. A lot of the horses he's beaten, especially on soft ground, it finishes them, because he breaks them.
Yeah,
he puts them under so much pressure for so long.
I don't see him breaking horses on good ground.
It's different at Cheltenham, but it's a stat that one of the lads was looking at recently, that, you know, the horses that finish behind him, especially on soft ground, he finishes them, like. You know, there's that element about him. He grinds them into the ground.
One thing last year as well, the ground on the Thursday was officially good, which is why I think he drifted in the morning.
That was probably the drift, what the drift is about. Yeah.
So if it gets, you know, good to yielding, good to soft, he'd be even harder to beat.
Is York Hill's price non-run or no bet?
Yes, it is.
I think 8-1. If you get your money back if he doesn't run, that's a huge price, because he's won twice over 2.5 miles at the festival. As Ruby says, having a rail on his inside is a big help. And you know, if you run the Champion Hurdle, you get your money back, and if he doesn't, you get 8-1 about York Hill.
The only drawback in relation to him, and that would be Ruby'd obviously ride Undersow, and he gets on especially well with York Hill.
He does, but you know, I don't think it's Paul's fault either.
No, but Ruby does get a good tune out of him. Put it that way.
He does, but I think he's an easier horse to ride in Cheltenham.
Yeah.
And I just think 8-1 is a huge price if it's a case that you know, Willie said it's 60-40. He didn't say he's definitely going to have a hurdle.
Yeah.
So if it's a case he gets money back, doesn't run, 8-1 is huge.
In principle, I wouldn't disagree. As I said, I think he will leave his Leopardstown runs behind one way or another.
I mean, like, you think about York Hill. I mean, 2.5. Like, it's the race for him. You know, if he didn't have Undersow, surely the thought in the yard would be, well, this race is made for him. 2.5 miles left-handed, decent pace.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, when last year in the JLT, he turned in pulling a roller, but Politolog was a top notch, and
got some ride that
was
day.
the other one? There was 3 good horses.
That's arguably a better performance than Undersow's in the Ryanair, like, as the quality of opposition.
Yeah, so you know, we just have to decide near the time. But
Rogers back.
Rogers.
No. Disco.
He won the handicap.
Disco.
So
it was the ride of the festival, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and like I said, there's two festival wins as well.